वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Mahatre Namaha. Namaste everyone. In today's session we are going to review the Nama Maha Padmatavi Samstha. The components in this Nama are as follows: Maha, Mahat; Padmam, Padmam means lotus; Atavi, Atavi means a forest, a jungle; Samstha, Ambaal is residing in here, dwelling in this Maha Padmatavi. So the Nama Maha Padmatavi Samstha states that Ambaal resides in a forest that has Maha Padmam, big lotus. It is a sacred grove that has Maha Padmam, Maha Padmatavi, Maha Padmatavi Samstha. Now, Acharya Durvasar has bestowed us the Varnanai of Sriman Nagaram. In Sriman Nagaram, we worshipped the 25 enclosures or avaranas. After crossing all of the 25 enclosures, we reached Chintamani Gruham. Chintamani Gruham is made out of Chintanas, our Chintanas, very, very great, noble Chintanas. In the Chintamani Gruham, Ambaal is seated in a very special asana called Pancha Brahmasana Sthitha. Pancha Brahmam, Ambaal is seated on Pancha Brahmam. This is what we reviewed until now in the previous namas. Now, this nama states that between the 25th avarana, the very last of the 25th avarana, and the Chintamani Gruham, there is a place called Maha Padmatavi. Acharya Durvasar in Arya Dwishati explains very many beautiful varnana of this Maha Padmatavi. Maha Padmatavi. Let's review those. In Arya Dwishati, Acharya says, Manisadana Sala Yoradi Madhyam Dasadala Bhumirha Dirgaihi Parnai Suvarna Varnair Yuktam Kandaischa Yojano Tungaihi. Mani Sadhanam, Mani means Chintamani. Between the 25th Avarana and the Chintamani Griham is Maha Padmatavi, the jungle of very big lotus. Maha Padmatavi, jungle of lotus. Manisadana Sala. Manisadana Sala means jewel-studded halls in Sriman Nagaram. Around the good Chintanas of Chintamani, there are very many halls, it seems. These halls are not made out of bricks or stones. They are made out of mantras. So around the great chintanas of a sadhaka, there is a very special Atavi called Padmatavi. Now, we have seen lotus that fit in our hand, but here Asinadi Devata says Maha Padmam. And how is this Maha Padmam? This sloka says, Dasatala Bhumi Gruha Dirgaihi. Dasatala means these lotuses are as if 10 palm trees are stacked on one on top of another. See, imagine a tall palm tree and imagine 10 palm trees stacked one on top of the other, rising to a height of almost 10 floors. It- the one lotus looks as if it is the height of 10 palm trees stacking. That is how it is tall. Trees that look like it literally grew from the earth. Bhumi ruha dirgaihi, as if it came from the bhumi. Parnai suvarna varnai. These petals of the lotus leaves are golden in color. Suvarna varnaihi. Yuktam kandaischa yoganano tungaihi. The stems inside the center of the lotus, there are stems. The stems and stalks here. This stems and stalks is 1 yojana dura. So each Padma Atavi is somewhere as if 10 palm trees are stacked up that tall with golden leaves. The stem itself is 1 yojana in height. Such a tall Padmatavi is the description given in Arya Dwishati. Now, We have only seen the lotuses that fit in our hand. Where is this tall Padmatavi? So, this Padmatavi mentioned here is not outside, it is really inside. So, uttering the sacred mantras of Chintamani, Acharya Durvasar darshans the divine grove of Maha Padmas, the tall Padmas, that is only visible based on very noble tapas. Jnanam, the 10 palm tree stack is very height. Who can reach that height? That height can be reached only by those who have Jnanam and Shraddha. And it is golden in color. Swarna Varnaihi. It means it is illuminating with Atma Prakasam. And this lotus is not any ordinary lotus. It has the fragrance of Jnanam. Now, to support the fact that this is inside our own self, it is inside every sadhaka. In Saundarya Lahari, Acharya bestows the exact location of Maha Padmatavi in this shloka. तटुल्लेखातन्वीं तपनशशिवैश्वानरमयीं निशन्नां शन्नामभ्युपरि कमलानां तव कलां महापद्माटव्यां मृदितमलमायेन मनसा महान्तः पश्यन्तो ददति परमाह्लादलहरीम्. In this shloka, Acharya very profoundly says, Shannam Kamalanam Api Upari. Shannam Api Upari Kamalanam. Shannam means 6 chakras. Upari means above. Above the 6 chakras, Kamalanam, that Kamalam, that very special lotus that is in the Sahasrara. Once sadhaka crosses the 6 chakras, Shannam, Kamalanam, Upari, above all the 6 chakras, is the location of this Maha Padmatavi as described in Saundarya Lahari. That is where Acharya says, Shannam api upari kamalanam Mahapadmatavyam. That is where we darshan the sacred Maha Padmatavi. Ambaal resides in Maha Padmatavi, that is above all the Shat Chakras. Now, can anybody darshan this Maha Padmatavi? For that, Acharya very beautifully here says, Mridita Mala Mayena Manasa. Mahapadmatavyam Mridita Mala Mayena Manasa. That sadhaka who has no malam. Malam means impurities. No malam means no impurities. The one who has no impurities in mind and who has crossed Maya. Mayena Manasa. One who has crossed that stage where he has gone above the Maya. Those Mahans, Mahanta Pashyanto. Pashyanto means to see inside on top of the 6 chakras. Mahanta means those Mahans. Mahanta Pashyanto Dadati Paramahlada Laharim. In this Mahapadmatavi, the sadhaka experiences that bliss. Paramahlada Lahari. Dadati Paramahlada Lahari. So Acharya very beautifully describes the location of the Mahapadmatavi as being Shannam Kamalanam Api Upari, above all the 6 chakras, where when a sadhaka who has Mridita Malamayena Manasa, who has no impurities and who has crossed Maya, those Mahans can see Mahanta Pashyanto, that Paramahlada Lahari of Mahapadmatavi. Now, very beautifully, if we see, instead of just saying Padmatavi Samstha, if it is a lotus, Vasanyadi Devatas could have said Padmatavi Samstha, but they don't say it like that. Vasanyadi Devatas specially add the prefix Maha Padmam. Maha is the prefix added to this Nama. In general, Maha Padmam refers to superior species of elephants. These elephants they reside in a very special place, and that place is called Gaja Arunyam or Gajarunyam. Gaja means elephant. It's otherwise called as Yanai in Tamil. So the name Thiru Aanai Ka. Ane means elephant. Tiru Anaika, which translates literally to the holy forest of the elephant. Maha Padmatavi, Maha Padmam. The holy forest of the elephant, Maha Padmam. This very special species, superior species of elephants. Where do they live? They live in Tiru Anaika. This is a very special temple, a sacred space commemorating the legend involving the elephant's devotion to Lord Shiva. And this very special place is in the very sacred temple of Tiruvannaikal temple, where goddess Akhilandeshwari Devi resides. Hence, the Maha Padmam, when we say Maha Padmatavi Samstha, that Maha Padma Kshetram is Tiruvannaikaval, and hence the deity for this Nama is Sri Akhilandeshwari in Tiruvannaikal temple. Now, Arya Dwishati gives some more Varnana of this Mahapadmam. How it, so now we saw how the location of it is, how tall these Padma are, where it is located. How does it feel here? Arya Dwishati gives some more context to it. So, mrudulais tali panchakamanaihi militamcha keshara kadambaihi santata kalita maranda shrota niryan milinda sandoham. Mrudula Stali Panchakamanahi, the inside the lotus, the string or the stamen of the lotus is 5 palm trees in height. That's one way we can interpret this line. The other way to interpret this Tali Panchakam is that there are 5 trees in the top place. It seems there are 5 trees, very tender, along with Kesara and Kadambam. Kesara Kadambaihi, along with Kesara, which means saffron, and Kadamba. At the top here is very special 5 trees, it seems. So, if there are very special trees here, what happens? Milindam comes there. Milindam means bees. Milindam comes here. Milindam, not just one bee. Milinda Santoham. Santoham. Santoham means group of bees swarm here all the times, it seems. So, and that stage, Shrotaha means aroma is flowing in this place where bees are swarming, and there is, the fragrance of kesara or saffron, there is fragrance of kadamba here, and the top is a very special place, says this shloka. So Acharya Durvasar darshans Ambaal in this highest state here in Maha Padmatavi, and that's why he is giving all these shlokas here. See, Ambaal resides here in our Sahasrara, and hence Vasinyadi Vagdevatas are worshipping this Nama as Ambaal's place of residence. This is one of those 7 places of residence that is called Maha Padmatavi, and that is why this Nama says Maha Padmatavi Samstha. Now, Milinda Santoha. Milinda means the bees. The bees are like buzzing here, it seems. The bees refers to the yogis, the sadhakas. They are humming the divine mantras in the Sahasrara lotus, enjoying the divine bliss and the fragrance from the saffron and the kadamba trees, and Ambaal resides in that very special place here as Maha Padmatavi Samstha. That here Acharya says Tali Panchakam. This Tali Panchakam became the Thatankam, the divine Thatankam of Sri Lalitambika, of Sri Lalita, Sri Akhilandeshwari here. If we recollect, Acharya did Sri Chakra Pratishta as the divine earrings. Tatankam, Tala Angam, Tata Angam. It became the Tali Panchakam, the Tali, means that very special term became Tala Angam, Tata Angam. Acharya here in Tiruvannaikaval, Jambukeshwara Kshetram, did Sri Chakra Pratishta as the divine earrings of Sri Akhilandeshwari. That is the Thali referred to this in the shloka as Sri Chakra Thatankam. Now, Acharya Durvasar also gives one more Varnana of Maha Padmatavi in this shloka, 107. Patira Pavana Palakatati पाटीर पवनपालकताटी निर्यत्परागपिञ्जरितां कलहंसि कुल कल कल कूलङ्कष निनत निशय कमनीयां पद्माटवीं भजामः पद्माटवीं भजामः परिमళकल्लोल पक्ष्मलोपान्तां पवन Pavanapalakatati. Pavana means wind. In this Mahapadmatavi, wind gently breezes. Pavanapalakatati. There, where there is gentle flow of breeze. It's not just any Pavanapalakatati. Patira Pavanapalakatati. Other Patira means this sandalwood fragrant breeze. Is there, it seems, in this Mahapadmatavi, that very special place of Sahasrara. Niryat Paraga Pinjaritam. Because of that, the that gentle breeze, what happens? The makaranda in the lotus, there will be makaranda, right? Small powder-like things. That's spreading everywhere. That's almost this pink lotus. It looks like with the makaranta stone everywhere. It looks like this golden yellowish color. That's the varnana here. Usually the lotus is very special rose or red. Now because of this makaranta, because of this gentle that pavana that is breezing here, looks like yellow colored, as if this makaranda stone everywhere, it seems. In this place, Acharya says Kalahamsi are the young swans. Kalahamsis reside in this place, it seems. Kalahamsi, not just one Kalahamsa, but Kula. Kalahamsi Kula. That means a group of swans reside here, says Acharya. And what do? Kalahamsi Kula Kala Kala. They are making the sounds of Kala Kala. Kala Kala means it's not any other external sound. This is the sound of the sadhaka that says Ahamsa. I am that Brahmam. That is the highest state here, right? And that making that sound of um, Kala Kala, the Kalahamsi Kulas are gently wandering in this Sarovaram. And when they move, the water gently splashes. This is the Varnana that Acharya is bringing to us, where this Maha Padmatavi is there. This is in our manas. This is the Manasara Sarovaram that Acharya is bringing in front of our eyes, in front of our minds. This is how the sadhaka sees the Manasa Sarovaram, where there is gentle sandalwood breeze, there is makarandam spread everywhere, and it feels like as if there are yellow colored, golden Maha Padmam here, where the Kalahamsas, the kulas of Kalahamsas, group of Kalahamsas, always make sound of Kala Kala, Kala Kala. And Acharya very beautifully says, Padmatavim Bhajamaha. That is the very key here. This is not an external Padmatavi, this is an internal Padmatavi in the Sahasrara. So Padmatavim Bhajamaha. I pray to that Padmatavi. Bhajamaha Padmatavim. I pray to that Padmatavi. That's the very important state that we have to always bow down. This Padmatavi is around our good chintanas in and around that Chintamani Gruham. So Acharya Durvasar teaches us that we should bow down and do namaskarams to this very special Padmatavi where Sri Lalitambika resides, where the sadhaka realizes that he is not the body but the Atma. Kalahamsi Kula Kala Kala. They are reciting these Mahavakyam of Aham Brahmasmi. Hence, Vasanyadi Devatas worship this Nama as Ambaal's very special residence in this Maha Padmam, in this Sahasrara Sthanam, above all the Shat Chakras. That is this Nama Maha Padmatavi Samstha. As next steps with Acharya's blessings, let's review the next Nama in Sri Lalita Sahasranama. Loka Samastha Shukino Bhavantu. Thank you so much, everyone.